Our next guest is a staple on our program and in the community. Please welcome back the founder of militarymutual.org, Derek Barksdale, and his special guest from Wounded Warrior Homes, Jennett.
Welcome, fellas, to the show. How are you doing? Great. All right. LT, great to have you back, man.
It's always a pleasure.
Good to see you. Aloha, etc.
Good to see you. I know. I got the tan.
So, Wounded Warrior Home, you wanted to bring these guys up. You've been wanting to bring them on for quite some time.
Some time now.
Actually. Mm-hmm. Tell us why.
Well, to start off, I think the big thing is that a lot of people, thousands and thousands of people each and every day, come across Military Mutual by either a billboard sign or a newspaper ad or a yard sign that may be in their neighbor's yard, or whether it be by driving by one of our office spaces or just speaking with someone who refers them to our organization. They initially find that we are an organization that's intended to empower military veterans and their family members to make informed real estate decisions. But as they work with us over time, they realize that Military Mutual is founded on the sole principle of giving back first and foremost. And in fact, we're so committed to giving back that is the first sign of our mission statement. Military Mutual is founded on the sole principle of giving back. So what we pride ourselves in is aligning ourselves with people like Gene and Mia, who are committed to giving back as well. They're so committed to giving back that not only do they give back, they take back. And at times in the past, Mia has taken on people that are veterans and homeless themselves and brought them into her own home. Now that doesn't happen each and every time, and it definitely doesn't happen now. But what they do is they really take people with their situation where they're down on their luck at that point in time and give them a home and give them hope and then get them to a place in their life where they can move on with strength. And so I'm just so proud to be aligned with an organization like Wounded Warrior Home. I couldn't ask for the best.
Well, great stuff, Derek and Gene. It's great to have you here finally.
Thank you.
So why don't you tell us a little bit more about Wounded Warrior Homes?
Well, Wounded Warrior Homes actually is a transitional housing program. So we don't build houses, we don't give houses away. We provide housing to veterans in need so they have a stable place to live until they can get their feet back on the ground. As I was telling Derek before, it takes at least 90 days for a veteran when they first are discharged. If they're going to get Department of Defense benefits, it takes at least 90 days for that check to arrive, usually longer. It takes months to years, as you may have read in the news recently, to get VA benefits going. And there's often an appeals process which can last a couple of years.
Wow.
So until that happens, a lot of these guys who, first they get out and they say, you know, I'm a Marine, I can handle this. They think they have a plan, but their plan isn't really much of a plan. And with the fiscal situation in our country right now, jobs being scarce, they often end up living in their cars, couch surfing. So it's a problem. We get a lot of guys who end up on the street or in just not a good situation. They have to learn to make better decisions financially, so we help them do that. We partner with the San Diego Financial Literacy Center.
Cool.
So they learn how to handle themselves financially, get their past financial indiscretions and taken care of. And once they do that and they work through their post-traumatic stress issues or traumatic brain injury, go through the treatments and therapies for that, then they can get into a place where they can move on.
Okay. So basically, your goal when you say homes, what you're saying is basically a place to call home.
Right.
A safe place to call home.
A safe place to call home. And these veterans, these are new veterans that we're working with, not the people who've been, from my generation, who've been out on the street for a while, because that's a whole different demographic, and there's issues that we're just not equipped to handle there. So we're working with the new veterans, and these are highly motivated individuals. These are people who just need a springboard, and once you give them that springboard, they take off. Mm-hmm. The first guy through our program, Sergeant Robert Caudell, Marine, now he's finishing college in the spring. He's graduating. He's going to become a counselor for other veterans with post-traumatic stress. He's started a couple of businesses. That's what usually happens.
Okay,
they just
good.
take off.
That was your first guy.
That was our first guy.
Okay, I thought you were just picking on the Marines earlier because
No, I pick on
Derek's a
Marines
Navy
because
guy.
I'm pick on Marines because I was a Navy corpsman, and that's my job.
There we go.
I was one of the Marine Corps' few good men.
Marine Corps' Department of the Navy, anyways. Just got to make sure they know that.
Oh, okay.
Rub it in every once in a while.
Rub it in, okay.
That's it.
So where are these homes? I mean, are there programs you're helping people get into? Do you have housing, or do you just helping them locate something that makes sense using 211? How do you find these places?
Yes. We have a property in Vista, which we're just completing an addition, which will add 2 more beds to that location. We lease a property in Escondido. We do a lot of what we do is actually referrals. Because we're a small organization, a grassroots organization, we can't help every veteran directly with housing. So we partner with resources across the county and in fact across the country. I have a colleague, Mary, who spends the better part of her day fielding requests from veterans all across the country.
Wow.
And 4 years ago when I started, me and I were talking. It was just the 2 of us in a room in her house, and we decided we did not want to be that organization that told a veteran, "No, I'm sorry, we don't do that. We can't help you." We wanted to be the organization that said, "We don't do that, but we will do whatever we can to get you the help you need." So we spend sometimes hours researching resources for veterans all across the country. Last year it was over 650 veterans that we did referrals for.
Wow.
So besides
a lot of people
we actually started program operations on September of 2012. Since then we've successfully transitioned 38 veterans.
That's fantastic.
And we're growing.
Yeah, no, that makes a big difference.
Really
does. The
it's
ripple
one by
effect of
one.
that
It's a
is
very
huge.
expensive thing. Our houses, unlike some other programs, there's a couple major differences. One, we will house a veteran for up to 2.5 years if necessary. Another major difference is our veterans have their own room, their own space. Many of the other programs, yes, they're getting veterans off the street, but it's often for 90 days, and they bunk them up to 4 or more to a room. And that's not very helpful for these guys especially with post-traumatic stress, especially the serious ones.
Okay, that makes sense. And so, what kind of help do you guys need for people who want to get involved? I mean, we'll see a lot of veterans will see this segment, so they'll know that you're available and that you're out there. But for other people who don't need help but want to help you in
Absolutely.
your cause, what do you need from people right now?
Right. We're blessed that we're here in San Diego County, which is a huge military town, and just about everyone is a veteran or knows a veteran or has a veteran in their family. So we get a lot of support. All of our support comes from the community. We don't get any government funding from the VA or anything like that. So it is very important. Money, mainly.
Mm-hmm.
Funding is huge. And that can come in lots of forms. People just donate directly to us. You can go to our website, which you'll see on the screen. Give us a call, which you can put that number up there as well. We can accept all sorts of donations of any tangible property, stocks that if someone is well off and is an investor, maybe they want to donate a stock rather than taking capital gains on that. And that's happened in the past. So we have a brokerage account set up for that. You can, if you have some issues, you have a financial planner, and we can talk about those things. Property, we need houses. Our next big step is to locate and put into service a multi-unit complex so that we can serve more veterans in different social situations. Again, Derek and I were talking earlier, and I was telling him that one of the greatest needs is single veterans with children that are ending up in these same situations, couch surfing and living in their cars. Almost a week does not go by that we receive a call from some guy who's living with his 6-year-old son in his car. They can't go to a shelter because they take the kids away. The kids go to the foster system, and they don't want to do that. So if we could have a multi-unit complex, we can house those veterans and female veterans as well. It's not a huge problem, but it is a problem, and there's not a whole lot of housing for single veterans in these situations either. So multi-unit complex, that's our next big step. It costs a lot of money. We're out writing grants to make that happen. And of course, the public support. We have programs where if you have a business, for example, a business with a lot of foot traffic. We have a Help Build a Home program, which is similar to what you've seen if you go to the grocery store and the Children's Hospital raise money with the tennis shoes or the balloons or something that they you donate and they put up on the wall. We have our logo, our little house, and you can donate and put your house up on the wall. Pacific Marine Credit Union over the last 4 years has raised probably well over $30,000 for us that way. So if you have a business, you can do that sort of thing. We have cause marketing agreements with some real estate brokers where a portion of a sale that they make, they donate to Winter Warrior Homes. And that works great for both
So
of
you can
us.
get very creative.
We can get creative.
You can do the straightforward. I'll tell you right now, you're going to get $200 from me today. So I'll kick it off. Okay?
Love it.
So I'll kick it off with 200, and then we'll see what everyone else
Right.
can pitch in. You know, if it's $50, $100, whatever it is. You know, this is obviously something where you're helping a lot of people. A lot more people need help. A lot more people need the service.
A lot of
So
people need
it's
help.
up to us. We can make it happen. They're willing to do the work. They're doing the hard part. We can do the easy part and just donate a small amount of money, which I'll continue to promote to people here in a moment. But I want to say thank you to you both for being here so much. This is a really important endeavor. I know it's a lot of hard work. I know it is. I know you have a lot of hard work to do. We don't have to do that part. That's the good news for us. But we do need to contribute. So one way or another, we need to contribute. You can share this post. That's a way to contribute. You can tag someone who might be interested. You can donate $50 today, $100 or $200. Join me in the $200 club if you want to, and help fund this really, really crucial element. Guys, thank you so much for your time. We really, really appreciate it. Derek,
Thank you.
another great guest. Thank you so much. And stick around for more Smarter San Diego TV, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else, commercial free.